Okay, so this is what we got here. We got a failure to communicate. The Israelites disclaim your inheritance. I'm in here, dolo, by myself, handling all business. You on the dig? So now, situation is this right here. Comcast, they still playing games. They think it's a game. But the Israelites have tilled the ground while they were up in the stratosphere, kidnapping little girls all over the world and little boys and molesting them and eating them, as I reported 8 years ago. And that's why the lid has been blown off the jaw, off the ephod with Epstein. Epstein blew the lid off the case. It has been widely reported. I was part of that. I appreciate myself for that. I appreciate the Most High for inviting me to report that information to everyone 8 years ago. So now listen very carefully. Belgium just recently apologized for going into Africa and kidnapping little babies, boys and girls, and doing what they do to them. So now Comcast, while they were up in the stratosphere doing that, kidnapping little babies and doing what they do to them, then you got they didn't notice the ants on the ground. We were constantly building, and we have been supernaturally protected by the existence of the groups of friends that people know as gangs. We have been supernaturally protected by families that are known as mafias and organized law. We have been supernaturally protected by the FOI and the threats that they make daily. We have been supernaturally protected by the United Nations. The Islamic countries say that they will cause mass hysteria and insanity to run rampant and destroy everything if America gets a wild hair up its faggoty ass and decide to harm us more than the thousands of children that get kidnapped every year. Tens of thousands, dozens of thousands of women that get kidnapped every year. But those threats are not enough. Whomever is performing these rings, which includes CPS throughout the country, it includes law enforcement throughout the country, satanic law enforcement. They enforce satanic law. They don't enforce the biblical part of the law that's instilled in the American justice system, the American injustice system, because of its acceptance of satanic law. All right, so now check this out. Comcast, the total number of video subscribers in the United States between 2014 and 2019 was 21.4 million subscribers. Number of subscribers in the millions, 22.6 million. 22.6 million subscribers. Okay, do you understand that's quite a bit of subscribers. These are people have who have paid every month. 22.6 million subscribers is now down to 21.4 million subscribers in the third quarter of 2019. We're now in the fourth quarter of 2019. So do you understand that in the fourth quarter things change? Okay, 2020 is some pretty good vision. 2020 vision is pretty clear vision. That's good vision. 2015, okay, now you can see real good. 2010, let me show you that, because I don't want you to think I'm just making things up here. Okay, now take a look at this here. 2020 vision. I just want you to see this versus 2010 or 2015. Let's do that first. All right? Visual acuity is 2020 perfect vision. All about vision. If you have an eye exam and are told you have 2020 vision, does this mean you have perfect eyesight? Visual acuity is measured by your ability to identify letters or numbers on a standardized eye chart from a specific viewing distance. Visual acuity is tested tested one eye at a time. Hence the 2020. You got 20 for the right eye, 20 for the left eye. So the left eye in the cults around the world, the wealthy cults that kidnap little boys and girls around the world and do what they do to them. Their left eye is blind. This is why they cover their left eye as often as they can. Okay, so they only see with one eye, which causes a deficiency in parallax. So they're only seeing in 2D, and they can't see clearly at all. And plus, they're hiding information under their left eye. So now, with the help of a standardized Snellen eye chart, visual acuity is a statistic measurement, meaning you are sitting still during the testing, and the letters or numbers you are viewing also are stationary. Visual acuity also is tested under high contrast conditions. Typically, the letters or numbers on the eye chart, I want to skip all this and get to the point. How accurately is the cornea 20? I'm trying to get the 2020 versus 2015. Who the hell is you calling me? All right. What is 2020 vision? Okay, such as the term 2020 and similar fractions such as 2040, 2060 are visual acuity measurements. They also are called Snellen fractions. Okay. So it's got to be here somewhere. Okay. So here it is. If you got 2200 visual acuity, you're legally blind. And as you can see on the left eye chart, that was covered there in the chart here. It's just a sign. It's just a sign. All you have to do is be able to read the signs. If you look at this sign here, as I stated before it appeared, the left eye is covered because the left eye is blind in Satan's world, and they don't have proper parallax. Okay, so on most Snellen charts, the smallest letters correspond to 2010 visual acuity. If you have 2010 visual acuity, your eyesight is twice as sharp as that of a person with normal 2020 vision. Well, hallelujah. How about that? So in 2010, I just happen to understand my nationality, which gives me vision twice as acute as any Christian, as any Muslim, as any what's the mother boy's name? Jewishers on the face of the planet. Okay, identifying at least some of the letters on the 2015 line, or even smaller letters on the Snellen chart. See, yeah, see. Yes, it's indeed possible to have sharper than 20/20 vision. So next year, you guys are gonna see very clearly what the Israelites have been tilling the ground to show you. We have been tilling the ground for many, many years to prove to you whom the synagogue of Satan is. Who is that group of people who call themselves Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan? Who are those people? You have 30 seconds to answer. Time's up. It is the Jewishers, the people who call themselves Jews. It's exactly who the book says it is. It is the people who say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. And that's who you got as the His Holiness. He calls himself His Holiness. He calls himself the Vicar of Christ. He calls himself the replacement of Christ, the speaker for Christ on the planet. That's who that person is. He is the top ruler, the top puppet, excuse me, the top puppet on the face of the planet. So he is controlled by the top black Jesuit priests, the uh, the Jesus people, whatever their real name is. And so those people, the leader of those people, let me see, find out who the current black pope is. Current. See, you got to be aware of these things and keep up. Hot dog, catch up, hot dog, because you don't even know who you're being a puppet for. You are an idiot. But I'm here to give you proper understanding, and it's up to you to accept it. Superior General of the Society of Jesus. That is the proper name of the Jesuits. The Society of Jesus. The Superior General, the current Superior General of the Black Pope. That's his nickname. Pope Francis is the White Pope, and he was the first Black Pope to ever become the White Pope. The current Superior General of the Jesuits, he has been this guy since October 14th, 2016. You understand that? Now, his name is that thing. Proprietus, that's his title, Proprietus Generalis. So he is over the White Pope, even though he takes orders from the White Pope for some reason. But I would suppose that the Jesuits are more influential than the White Pope, I suppose. And that is why both sides of that aisle, the White Pope and the Black Pope, are controlled by the Illuminati. It's real. It's an actual group of people. And the Illuminati are many, many families, including the Bilderbergers, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, and oogobs of people. Super stupid, the richest people on the earth. And that's what they do. They go around the whole earth kidnapping little children, preferably brown, and do what they do to them. So this is what Comcast is attempting to do. They're attempting to monopolize their 22 or 21.4 million paying customers, monthly paying customers, uh, so that the causes and the prosperity and the happiness and the pursuit of happiness and the pursuit of real estate is the original phrase in the Declaration of Independence is never realized by the brown people that these sickos completely despise. So they despise us and want to make our name no longer known in the earth. But that's our problem for the Most High. The Most High has more power than these Gentile men, and He's going to punish them very quite thoroughly. It will be very evident in 2020, the start of that transition. That transition, we have already entered into the infinite war started by Bush Jr. So that infinite war started during the reign of Bush Jr. And of course, it was orchestrated because all of it is orchestrated by the greatest of planners, the greatest, the Most High. He's much smarter than you, and will always continue to be much smarter than you because He created you. So I don't know why you would consider yourself smarter than them. You're an idiot. You don't know how to make a clay baseball out of the sand. You don't even know how to do that. You can't even pick up dirt in your hand and form it into a ball. Go ahead and try. I dare you. You can't do it. But the Most High created everything that we are aware of. So that would make Him smarter than you. So there's no need to try to outsmart the Most High. What you should do is obey that severe power. They get severely upset and extremely angry to the point where they want to kill you if you harm, when you harm things. It severely bothers them. And if you harm something to the point where it will eventually die or cause or be so psychologically destroyed that it will cause many deaths throughout that entity's life that you have harmed, then you're going to pay the price. You're going to die. So if you have done that in your lifetime, what you need to do is decide whether or not you want to live or die. Okay, so everyone is immortal. I keep telling you this, but you don't believe me. I don't understand. Why don't you believe me? I got proof. Every living thing is immortal. Okay, so it depends on where you're going to live after this very temporary earth body. So me personally, I'm here on a pilgrimage. It's been fun, but and it's going to continue to be fun to watch all of the information that we have been told in the Bible play out as it has been over these many years. See, Israelites laugh and laugh and laugh about all the prophecies that we have witnessed over the years. And we laugh and laugh and laugh at you clowns who don't believe in the book. So it's not a disturbance for us. We look upset when you're banging on us because we just are disturbed that we can't reach you and we cannot save you. What that does is harden our hearts toward your death. So it makes us apathetic. We're being trained to be apathetic at your death and your immortal death. You're going to die forever. And so instead of experiencing pain and anguish and sadness and anger that you die, we're joyful. We rejoice. It makes us happy. You see? So this is what is going to transpire in 2020. It generally always happens towards the end of your silly years and towards the end of our correct years. Okay? That, so that would mean that in the end of the 2020 year for us is the first quarter of 2021. So, whenever you say, "Oh no, none of these prophecies ever come true during the time that an Israelite says it," we laugh again because there was a prophecy that was made by um, the famous schools, saying in the year 2000 that the Y2K bug is going to reset all electronics on the earth and cause mass chaos. So, in extreme cases of stupidity like that, right? They didn't dream it up. They didn't imagine it. They didn't receive that information in a dream. The Most High did not tell them that information. Okay, it was being reported heavily everywhere on their media. That includes Comcast with their 21.2.4 million subscribers. So they're not the only network on earth. So there are dozens of networks on earth, right? I mean, what? I'm talking about just America alone. So they all are in concert together, writing scripts, sending the scripts to the news stations. Every facet of media is controlled. So they were promoting, those people, the rich people that own the media, were promoting the Y2K bug that tricked the Israelites. That was before I found out I was an Israelite. That was in 1999, 1996, where they were the rich people were promoting that lie on purpose in order to discredit people as conspiracy theorists. But it was all over your media, everywhere, saying that you should do something else because Y2K is going to potentially cause a bug that will reset the world's systems. And lo and behold, you guys think that didn't happen. So now, in 2001, which is similar to what I'm describing here, is that your timing is off, always off, way off. And our timing is perfect. See? You understand that? Our timing is perfect. And so we can see clearly that in 2001, September 2001, near the Feast of Atonement, right? What did you see? You saw two gigantic twin towers fall because of the orchestration at hand to cause them to fall. They were, what do you call that thing? It's an agenda by the super wealthy that I've been speaking about. Okay, and it's found all over their coins and all over their media that they were going to destroy the Twin Towers and erect one solo tower on purpose, right? In order to reset the banking system. And that's what they have effectively done. But you can't see it because you have 20/20 vision. And the people that are supporting the Illuminati have 2200 vision. They are legally blind. They cover their left eye. They hide all information from you as to not cause a panic, because the Most High does not want any of you to panic. He wants you to have a sound mind, not extreme fear. So people who are not aware promote fear. Fear porn is what people call it. I tend to agree. You see, I tend to agree at times about that. And so you have to get right information, and that includes Israelite learning, Israelite clarity. You have to study the prophecies. You have to study Psalms. Psalms are prophetic utterances inspired by the Holy Mother, who's a black woman, of course. Then she's referred to as the Holy Spirit, the Menakama in the Hebrew, the Comforter in the English. And she inspired all prophecies. So now, Psalms is written in code based on the Jubilees, Shemitahs and Jubilees. Shemitahs are the 7-year cycles, Jubilees are the 50-year cycles, the 49-year cycles, with a return in the 50th year. So if you read the Psalms based on that understanding, you will notice and things will become very clear to you about world events all over the world. I'm happy to know that information, and it's fun watching you guys in derision. The Bible promises us that we will have a sound mind knowing these things. And we will know that He is our power by accepting the fact that He told us these things beforehand. And when they come to pass, then we will know that He has loved us. And that's what He did. He does. He does. He loves us. You don't understand that. You don't care. So that's pretty much all I wanted to get into. Was Comcast is a part of this super mega wealthy dum-dums who go around the world kidnapping little kids and boys and girls and doing what they do to them, eating them and having sex with them. Okay? That even happens to white children. You see? So now, this show is about Comcast. I thoroughly ranted accurately about it, so what you need to do is rewind the tape. I don't have to prove anything to you. The Bible trains me to work out my own salvation in fear and trembling of God's wrath. You see, God, that doesn't play any games. No, He doesn't play. I'm talking about like, hey, maybe perhaps He entertains Himself with games, but when it comes to judging you, that's not a game.